So people have been messaging me about like support gameplay and streaming and like in Twitch chat. It's really random. And I may do a little bit. I don't think I have much like immediately useful support content to do, and I want to relax and do what I want to do. So, um, like honestly, you should go watch someone else. I don't know why anyone would like there are like real support streamers and content creators out there. So go watch them. So this is a sort of long form reply to that I can just link to people instead of like doing a short version of this every time. It's just a list of like NA players because I don't think I know enough about other regions to like add anything there. So um, it's just rating players. So on first, like in order, if they're a good player. Uh, so it's just like how good I think they are at support. And like most pros are just like very good individually. So that's like a five. And one is like the bare minimum sort of baseline to make content. And this is just my opinion. It might depend on how good you are, who you want to watch, but uh, it's sort of yeah how good I would rate the players. Um, Add support individually, and then how consistent they are as a streamer is like just how often they are on Twitch and streaming League and playing support. Right, if they're off playing Apex or even playing another role, maybe it makes them a bit less consistent. Mainly though, I think most players, um, yeah, just might be streaming Apex or not streaming, and so this, I might be wrong about how consistent they actually are, and it might change as well. Like in the short term and long term, it might be different. How much time they have to stream or how often they stream, but so it might not be quite right. But in general, it's how consistent of a streamer I think they are. And then nice person is just like the most subjective criteria. It's just based off of my own interactions with them. So like really, it should be uh, how nice have they been in their interactions with me, or like what was my impression of them. I'm not saying that this is who they are as a person, but yeah. So this is just my impression of people, and some people may also act different on streams. I think um, on their own stream or on other people's like big streams than when they're just in solo queue. And also, all my interactions with these people in solo queue, right, are if we're on the same team and we're both playing support. So that's sort of an interesting dynamic because like some people are super nice when they have to fill, other people are not. Anyway, but I don't think it matters super that much what my impression of them is because again, acting differently on stream. Like if you're their viewer, some of them might be try to be more informative for viewers and answer your questions and yeah, be nice to viewers so they retain viewers because they're streaming, presumably they want viewers. So uh, I assume they'll probably answer questions, but I don't know. Anyway, um, I think you should watch Stunt. He is one of the best supports in NA solo queue. He is super nice. He never tilts and rages or anything. He's just a very positive person. Streams a surprising amount for he's the 100 Thieves Academy support, but like still streams fairly consistently. So if you do nothing else, just follow his stream. I think that's the one thing you should come away with is follow Stunt. I guess I'll link all the streams in the description. Sounds like a lot, whatever. And yeah, so Stunt, super, again, one of the best supports from NA solo queue. I'm not, and my like how good they are. I'm not talking about how good they are as a pro player. Um, so like, I'm not necessarily saying Stunt is better than Afro. I don't know if he is or not, like as a pro player. Um, but I think he is like in solo queue better. Is what that ranking means. So yeah, and yeah. So some of the better players I think have more inconsistent streaming schedules. They have LCS and stuff going on. I don't think streaming is always good practice for some players. Like Rush, for example. I love his stream, but I think sometimes it's harder for him to focus when he's on practice and improving when he's streaming. So sort of a trade off for some players between streaming and practicing. So they might not stream as often, but if any LCS support is streaming, like they're really good. So like Smoothie, Zazel, Biofrost stream occasionally, I think, but like players with like worse LCS reputations like Matt, like they're still really, really good. Being in like the worst LCS support, which I'm not saying Matt is, by the way, but like even if you think he is the worst LCS support, like uh, that's still like the top 10 support in the region. So just something to consider. I think people forget the frame of reference for supports or not supports particular for LCS pros is like so high, but like any LCS player is streaming, they're worth watching probably. Um, then the like pure streamers aren't, I think, definitely not as good as pros, but they stream more consistently, so sort of a trade off there. And I should also say, like, I haven't seen some of these streams. Like I might be wrong about how good they are, how often they stream, even how they act. So I take this all with a grain of salt, right? Like some of these numbers, like I literally just put threes for Kenji for everything because I think he's just mediocre. So, that's just sort of a meme. I don't take this too seriously. It's just my sort of guesses, but some of them are wild guesses. So yeah, it's just my I don't know, sort of varying degree of informed opinions. But yeah, anyway, the main thing, just go watch someone else stream support. They will be good content creators. Yeah.